It's the big clothing. Rest in peace of Rich Homie. Why these people hate on me? I don't really care, cause I'm back on it. On the block like I never left. It's like, nah, gotta keep the word on me. Try to keep my look.
Yeah. Try to keep my mind right, so my mind tight. When I'm very tired, I can think right, but I can't right. They told me not to put my day job in it.
Like, all this on my mind is God's night, and I don't need y'all, but I ball out for my calling.
What's good, y'all, man? Welcome back to Lo-Fi Live, the podcast. And I hope you are having a wonderful evening. Brought to you by traditional medicinals, medicinal tea. It's a chamomile and lavender relaxation. Usually I have like the night tea, but you know, I had to have my tea. I had to bust out the new honey. The thing about the last honey is it has like it's raw, so it actually has the actual honeycomb in there. So it's like an actual piece of honeycomb in there, and like think it's flakes in my tea. I don't like no flakes in my tea, but I'll use it for like, you know, food and stuff. Like that's cool. You know, I'm just weird like that. Okay, shut up. Anyway.
I'm glad to be back, and this is the third episode of Lo-Fi Live, man. So, first and foremost, shout out to KO Universe, man. We turned up. I know y'all probably like Jordan or Lo Kelly, but you know, or you know Jordan. But yeah, I know y'all probably like Lo Kelly, like Lo. How's the blue in the background, but it's red up close? Don't ask. Just know I'm freaky nasty with it. I mean, my glasses is gonna snitch on me anyway, so just look at my glasses. All right, but yeah, man. So for this episode, man, we're going to be talking about black horror villains. You know what I mean? And just basically like the culture that comes with that, and basically like, you know, just environments and how like fictional black horror villains can even be like, or basically like just real. It's basically like too close to reality when it comes to us black folk, unfortunately. So, you know, wow, like this is gonna be a great topic. I feel like, hold on, I'm about to bust out the Gushers. Sponsor me, Gushers. Yeah, because you know when people get killed in the movies, they start gushing and stuff. So that's why I've been bringing out Gushers, and that's why y'all should sponsor me, because it's like gory, and it's like this is the goriest of fruit snacks because they bleed. Yeah. We got blue, baby. Yeah, it's freaky. It's freak nasty, man. Can't help it. They'll be like, bro, why you so crazy? What's the joy of God? Okay. Well, yeah, man. Hold on. We'll get into it, alright? That's green. Smoothie green. Okay. Separate these. It's three. Oh. Separate these three. And then I'm gonna eat them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna guess the color. I think that was red. Okay. I think was that green? That was green or blue? Oh, that tastes kind of like orange. Anyway, so yeah, man. Now, to start this off, man. Remember, I was kind of young when I got into the horror movie thing, the whole horror movie bourgeois, like that's a bourgeois, the whole horror movie kicks and stuff like that, like when I was a young age. So one of the other first horror movies I watched, one of the first, like, I guess I could consider it like one of the first few horror movies I watched. Because mind you, my uncle mine, y'all probably know him as Mellow MC on social media. If y'all are Pittsburgh natives, like he's a young old head, you know what I mean? He's probably still out here. I'm not on social media, so I don't know what the heck he's doing, but he's probably still out here. But he would have VHS tapes over at my grand's house. So one of the first horror movies besides Darkness Falls that really messed me up was Candyman. And I'm pretty sure y'all seen that coming. I got the little, movie banner right here. And I had the intro music playing. You feel me? Now, look. Candyman, now that scared me. Like, that actually scared me, bro. Like, that really got me. But it's like, not that it was not just because it was a horror movie, but it was a black man. What's his name? Todd Tony? Hold on. Forgive me, because he's a legend. So let me actually, like, fact check myself. I'm trying to make sure I come to y'all with straight facts. And, like, not, like, you know what I mean? Like, not, like, disrespect people. So, yeah. Hold on. I believe it's Tony Todd. Hold on. Is it Tony Todd, please? Hey, can I get the cast, please? Yep, Tony Todd, man. That man, Tony Todd, man, was a bad man. He still is a bad man, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, he played that part so good that, check out the shirt real quick by Stephen Rose. Social skills. Making new friends. You see the little boy in the graveyard. This is literally me, man. Like, all my friends are low-key in the spirit. I do have family in Christ and, family. But, like, as far as making friends, I'm not really, I'm very introverted. Like, don't get the podcast and the outspokenness at my job for granted. I'm very introverted. But, so, now, Tony Todd, he played that part so good, bro, that every serious role that he plays that's like non-scary, like he's just scary. Like that's how bad it was. He's like Lupita, and I'm gonna get into her as well too. Like I don't got no crush on her or nothing. I'm just gonna set the record, okay? I don't have no crush on Lupita, but Tony Todd, man, like he really played that part to the point where he's Candyman in every other movie, bro. Like I can't get that image out my head. Like he's just scary. And it'd be probably like one of the sweetest movies or TV shows that he'll pop up in, and he's still scary because it's Candyman, and there's nothing that he can do about it. He has to take that to the grave, okay? So, now listen. I'm getting a little parched. I'm going to drink my water, then I'm going to get into my tea. And then get into the tea. So, yeah. So, Candyman, bro. I'm watching over my grandma's house, and like it was just something sinister about that black man, a grown black man with a hook on his hand. Now, the backstory was already dark. And, you know, he's over in the projects of Chicago. I don't know exactly where, but he was over in the projects of Chicago. So, I guess, like, the backstory was, like, apparently he was a son of a slave or something like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, like, he was having, like, a sexual relationship with an underage girl. And it was kind of like a age ain't nothing but a number type thing. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, that's, you know, statutory grapefruit. That's statutory grapefruit right there. So, as a result of that, I believe that's when they chased him, you know, beat him up, cut off his hand. You know, they took that Bible verse once again. If your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. But they did it for him. They cut his hand off and put a hook on it, smothered him in honey, and I guess like sicked a swarm of bees on him, and he died. You know what I mean? So I guess he came back on some revenge type tip, and like it was just crazy. It was ridiculous. But like the fact that it happened in the hood and it was an urban legend and he was killing folks in the hood, like I was up in the projects at a point in time, and like when people get smoked, like people like really be dropping. So like the fact that like it was a man, like don't nobody know how people was dying. Like usually they're like, oh yeah, Ray did it. Oh yeah, I'm trying not to use real names because if I say real names, then like I ain't trying to kill nobody, swat nobody. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Ray did this. Oh, Pookie did this. Oh yeah, Oogity Boogity got him. Like, you know what I mean? Oogity Boogity shot him because he stole a bird, or you know what I mean? Like it's usually stuff like that. But like the fact that like people are dropping and like you don't know, like y'all don't know who's doing it. Even like the bangers, the killers is like you know, like we be having this stuff on lock. We don't know who got them. Like we know who coming in and out of here every day. Y'all know we be outside. People in the projects, they be outside from like literally the crack of dawn till like 4 a.m. the next day. That's how long they be outside. I'm talking about like you go to work and these niggas is outside until you come back home from work, and when you go to sleep they're still outside. Like that's just what they do in the projects. Like, you know what I mean? They don't really got nothing else better to do. You know what I mean? Like no disrespect to y'all, you know what I mean? I still love y'all, but like y'all don't be having nothing to do. Y'all be out there in the rain, sleet, and snow. So the fact that people ain't know who was killing these people, bro, is insane. So, you know, you have that nosy little reporter girl who heard about the murder, I guess like the most recent murder to her. And like, you know, she starts coming around sticking. See, like, look, white folk, I love y'all. But this is like, they've been trying to tell y'all from the get-go to mind y'all business, man. Like, look, Candyman, that's a black man that's still a nigga. Like, he did what he did. He was wrong. I guess he deserved it. But, like, look, you still got to let him handle his business. You can't get into that man's business, bro. You still got to mind your business. Like, so she was basically being nosy, you know what I mean, stalking the area, like, just looking and trying to get research, trying to interview people, and they're like, "Yo, like you the Jakes or something?" Like they all looking at her like, "Look at this girl." Like what? Even the black girl was like, girl." Her friend was like, like no, girl, no, like You feel me? Like was not with it. Like so. Pretty much, long story short, and I'm definitely spoiling the movie, so I'm sorry I didn't give y'all a spoiler, but I'm spoiling. Y'all should know on this podcast, it's ain't gonna be nothing but spoilers, all right, baby? So just click off the vid, and it is what it is. But yeah, so bruh, you know what I mean? I guess like she was a grad student, and I guess she was messing with the professor, which is kind of wild. That's kind of wild, but like, you know, I can't really talk. But anyway, so, you know, I guess, you know, she ended up like going home with her black friend and was like, yeah, apparently like if you say his name 5 times in the mirror or whatever like that, like, you know, he's gonna come for you. And you know, her being stupid, she did it. And you know, ever since then, Candyman started manifesting, and he was just like, oh man, like, you know, she be looking good, you know what I mean? Because like he was a hornball, and usually like the way you die on Earth, they say like in the afterlife, like that's how you're going to be. So like for example, if you die drunk, you're gonna be drunk forever. Like, you know what I mean? If you die sober, you're gonna be sober forever. You know what I mean? If you die like depressed. You're gonna be depressed forever, like type time, and like, you know what I mean. Like if you OD, you're gonna be like, like it's not gonna be good. So shoot, look, I'm sorry if I trigger people right there, but like I'm just saying what I heard. Anyway, so he was a hornball, and like, you know what I mean. He's like, what's her name, Helen? You know, he's just like, oh, it was you. It's always been you, and you summoned me. Oh, and he's just been like stalking her. I don't even think he like wanted to kill her at all. He technically did it. He just went ahead and just took her. He took her, but basically what happened was he was trying to sacrifice the baby, for some reason, and then she saved the baby, but it cost her life because she saved the baby. And then, you know what I mean, that's when she becomes the Candy Woman. And I ain't gonna lie, I would summon her. And you know what I mean, I don't really like white girls like that, but I would summon her, and I'd be like, oh, I'm in here. I'm in here. I like, come get me. But like, she probably old as dirt now. Like I wouldn't do that now. But like, you know, yeah. So but basically, like, the fact that it's a serial killing demon in the projects is like terrifying in the black community, and like low-key only the black community knows about it. Like that's insane, and that low-key like transitions to real life. Like that's terrifying, bro. Like it's something hits different about black horror movie villains, and like I'm a young black kid watching this, and this is sick. Like this is some sick stuff, yo. And I'm like, yo, like what you giving out candy for? So it's like, you know, keep in mind he was messing with a little kid, so it was just like, you know, you giving out candy, bro, is like a whole different animal. When I'm at my age, I'm like 8, 9, or 10 around this time, and I'm like, bro, like, what's wrong with this man, Candy Man, bro? So I know I keep saying his name, man. I know, it's all right, man. I got his little Funko Pop over here, actually. He's on the second row, right here where my fingers at. That's him right there. But I don't feel like grabbing him, because like he's not on the top, and like the whole thing's gonna topple over, and I'm not doing that. So basically, bro, like, it just hits different when it's just black people in the movies doing the killing. You know what I mean? Like it's just a whole different animal. Because usually, like in the original days and modern days, like, you know, the white horror movies, like the black person always died first. But like when the black person is actually the serial killer and it's actually a demon and he's actually scary, like Tony Todd, like chill, Tony Todd. Chill, bro. Like, he ain't ever gonna chill. But like, bro, the way he talked, the way he carried himself, the way he played that part. I never liked bees at a young age. I'm not as scared as I am, like I was then, of bees. But like, you know what I mean? Like, they fly around me, I'll definitely like, I'll flinch up real quick, but I'll try not to react, because, you know, I've been stung a lot. But dude, it was just something about that man that like I don't know, it was just like his natural, like he played that part way too naturally, to the point like where when he acts in different movies, like it's the same man. Like he just got that eerie, suspenseful energy to him, and I'm like, bro, like, what's up with cuz? Like, you know what I mean? Then he got the coat, like he got like, he's a nigga, like he's not even dressed like a white man, like he's a nigga. I'm like, bro. So that's the one thing that mainly scared me. And then the next movie I want to talk about is Us. And now with Us, now this is where, you know what I mean, look, y'all talk about me being a man of God and loving horror, but y'all ain't gonna say nothing to Jordan Peele. I mean, no, y'all probably did say something to Jordan Peele. Y'all probably did say something to Jordan Peele, but that man's clearly a man of God, and he's putting scripture in movies, and he's right. So in the movie Us, basically is about like how the government has clones of, like, there's an underground world under us right now, which is true. There is underground tunnels. We just don't know what the heck's down there, because who's going to go underground? And clearly, like in the movie, there's clones of each and every single one of us, and I don't know if they made them. I don't know if it's just our like reflection. I'm sorry, I definitely look back. Like I was cool talking about the first movie, but Us, like, that got me too as a grown man. But whoo, look, the person that scared me the most was Lupita. I'm sorry, Lupita. She scared the living mess out me. Like, and that's a grown woman, and I'm a grown man. she scared me, bro. Like the way, like you should never, ever play. Like don't like. Why would you give her the? Why? What? Like how did you? What? Like you? I just don't know about like and I'm like, oh, let's just smack that nigga. Like I'll smack you. I will smack you. I'm not a woman beater. I will smack you. Like you scare me. Like every time I see you, you scare me. You did what Tony Todd did, but worse because you a woman. Y'all more like emotional and expressful. Like, bro, it was terrifying. But basically, in the beginning of the movie, there's a Bible verse I got to pull it up. Jeremiah 11:11. So, Jeremiah 11:11 is a verse from the Old Testament, and it states, "Therefore, this is what the Lord says: I am to bring on them disaster that they cannot escape. They will cry out to me, but I will not hear them." Now look, that's scripture, and you see what happened. You see what's going on with the wars and stuff like that. Like people are, what I mean? Like y'all look, like y'all be sitting here claiming God ain't real and stuff like that. And what I mean? When stuff hits the fan, you want to sit here and call on him like he ain't a being. Like he's just an invisible being. He's just like us. Imagine like, what I mean? You like, oh yeah, Jordan's not real. And then like something hits the fan and you calling for my help. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know you. Like, why would I help you if I don't know you? So it's like, what I mean? Of course he loves all his children, but like, come on now. When you sitting here living your own life and doing your own thing that's going against his word, he ain't giving him no praise and no glory. Like you live in iniquity. You know what I mean? You live you living apart from him. That's what sin is, to go against God. And don't get me wrong, I'm still a sinner. I have full faith in God, and I try to repent the best I can every single day. So, what I mean? I try to live with God. I pray for him, and I have a relationship with him. As I pray with him. Well, I do pray for him, but I pray with him, even though he don't need prayer. I'll be like having to apologize because I'll be like, do you even need, like, you don't need no prayer? But it's like, I feel like if I could give you, like, if I could help, like, you gain more power, even though you are the source of power, you're God. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about it. Because like he's gonna like slap me, but anyway. So in us now, really, they like the critics kind of explain it in a different political way, but like as black people, like there's a sense, at least with me, that like it's like a whole different vibe, like because in the black community we're killing ourselves, bro. Like we are killing ourselves. Like we are just slaughtering each other. And like with us, it's a black family. First of all, it's the little girl. Lupita is a little girl. I mean, she's at the docks and she's with her parents. And then like, her parents is arguing and stuff like that. And the dad's playing whack-a-mole and he's too distracted playing whack-a-mole. First of all, like that's how you know it's a movie, because black parents don't be playing. I mean, a lot of them are abusive, but anyway, so as a result of him playing that game, Lupita walks into this fun house with a bunch of mirrors to escape the rain or whatever. Little girl, she's probably like 6 or 7 or something. Walks into the fun house with the fun house mirrors, and she just runs into this like weird reflection that's like not looking at her right, and it's just like, I don't know, it was scary. And then she ends up coming back out 15 minutes later, and she ended up having PTSD and stuff like that. Like they made it seem like she just got scared, like she sees something in there, but that's not what happened. And I'm gonna get into what happened. But pretty much like years later, she grows up and she comes back around to that specific area with her family, her husband and 3 kids. No, 2 kids. I'm sorry, 2 kids. I repeat myself. But yeah, her husband and 2 kids, a son and a daughter, and they was just trying to have a good time. And then Lupita's basically like her reflection or her clone. She's out there with the same exact family. Like her family's like clone, like in the red jumpsuits and stuff like that with the scissors. They outside holding hands and stuff like that, and that's terrifying because it's like that's your own kind right there, ready to kill y'all. So they're like, the kids like, yeah, there's some people, some weird people outside, and they looking outside, and it's all them in the dark, and then they all just scatter, and then they barge into the house. I had to make sure the door was locked. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting scared like think about it. But anyway, yeah, so they barge into the house and just start terrorizing the whole house, you know what I mean? Over the movie they start fighting. They start fighting them, you know what I mean? They keep taking each of them out one by one. So far the most sympathetic one is well no, there wasn't really sympathetic. It was the son. He ended up doing something in order to kill the twin son with the red jumpsuit. Like he ended up backing up into the fire and getting him killed. But basically, they killed everybody else as far as the people in the jumpsuits, and they fled to it like a friend's house, like a family friend's house, and they fought their clones and stuff like that. So basically, like we got to the point where when they killed the son, the clone son, as the son was backing up, because like the clone was just mirroring what the son was doing. So the son was backing up and made the clone walk back into the fire and killed him. But as a result of that, as he kept walking back, Lapita's clone snatched up the real son and took him to the underground tunnels. So Lapita had to go down to the tunnels and get her son back. So while her son got snatched up, he ended up learning the truth, and I'm gonna get into that in a second. So Lapita's down there, and she's fighting with the other Lapita. She's just like, yeah, I'm going da 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 da. I'm going da 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 da. I'm like, bro, like she's freaking nuts, bro. Like she's nuts. So that's how she talked throughout the whole movie. But I'm trying to get to the points here. Like I can get in detail about the whole movies, but I'm trying to get to the points of these black villains, bro. But yeah, so they're doing a little dance. Like she's doing the dance as they fighting. Like it's creepy as hell. Like she's doing ballerina spins and she's just real graceful as he's fighting her, cutting her and stuff like that. But Lapita ends up killing the clone Lapita and getting her son back. And as they're driving off, Lapita makes this like scary, creepy look that her reflection did in the movie into the river mirror at her son. And her son was looking at her like he was already looking at her the car ride, like he wasn't messing with her. He was just like, yeah, like no, I know. And then Lapita knew that he knew. So she knew that he knew. And then he put his mask on at the end of the movie, basically like ready for whatever that's about to come. So basically what had happened was when she went to that fun house as a little girl, Lapita's reflection snatched up the real Lapita and brought her to the tunnel and walked out and took her place in life. So basically it wasn't really Lapita this whole time. It was the reflection that was with the real family. And that was the real Lapita that came back with the clone family. So really she was in the right the whole time. And she was the victim the whole time. But she was terrifying. And that's the messed up part. It'd be the victims that are monsters out here. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I got robbed and I went off the handle. Like, I was ready to do anything to the man. You know what I mean? Like, I was ready to, I was going crazy. I was in my repetitive mind. You know what I mean? Like, I knew God, but I didn't know him like how I know him now. And it's a story with a lot of these folk, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, it was crazy, like, because it's like we're really our own, like, villains, like, in the black community. And it's like we really like killing each other and tearing each other down, bringing each other down, and like we're like crabs in a bucket. And it's crazy. Like, it gotta stop, it gotta change, bro. So like, yeah, so the whole time I'm still terrified of Lapita. But I'm sitting here terrified of Lapita, bro. And she was like the whole victim. The clone was the whole, well, she wasn't even the clone. Like, Lapita in the jumpsuit was the one in the cover art. She was the victim. And she got killed by the clone. So there has to be like a spinoff. There has to be like a series to it. There has to be a second part. I'm waiting for it. But like Jeremiah 11:11, like that's to a T. Like, God was not helping y'all in that situation. I don't even know how I didn't hear one prayer in that whole movie. The same thing in Candyman. Like, I'm not like, look, that's bad. Like, that's for real bad. Like, but yeah, man, like, so it's crazy how our environments can like really have a stronghold, have a grip on our character. That's what's got to stop. So like, it really matters where you're at, because like, if you're in the hood and you just see nothing but hood stuff and people that ain't really going nowhere with their lives, so well, everybody has a choice, and you know, you can choose to do something about it or not do something about it. I understand when it's like you can't escape poverty. It's not easy. Look, I'm not trying to say it's easy to make a choice to get out of there, but you know, at least try. You know what I mean? It's not easy, bro. But because I know how it's like to have no bread. I know how it's like to, you know, steal. You know, well, he been forgave me. You know what I mean? He threw it in the sea for forgetfulness. I know how it's like to, you know, want to kill folk. You know what I mean? I know how it's like to see people get killed, and I know how it's like to hear shootouts and all types of stuff over the smallest of situations. Like, it could be a nick bag, somebody got shot over barbecue sauce getting on a car, like like it's crazy. It's nasty work, yo. And it's like, that's where I'm coming from with these horror movies with these black villains. Like, it could really get detrimental. Like, over some crazy stuff. Now, Candyman, that was valid. Like, he got smoked. They smoked him. Like, you know what I mean? You sitting here having sex with a little kid. Like, bro, you getting smoked. Hold on. I almost did what I did last time and not made my tea. I can't keep making tea and not drinking it. Like, it's kind of nasty work. You feel me? Work up a nasty. I've been a nasty boy. Nasty. I've been a... Not really. I'm just, you know... I'm just brolling with my buppa tea. Get it, brolling. Buppa tea. Bloody. Hold on. Hold on, cuss. 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 It's a little tangy tea. I don't know. I got that tea from CVS. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Let that brew. Okay. But yeah, man, look. As a black community, man, we got to change. We got to change the narrative, man, because like, we shouldn't have to go into these jobs. Like, it's already like thousands and thousands of years ago. Like, they already considered us animals, and like, you know what I mean? Now that we have free will and, you know, we're not under bondage no more, like, we're really taking it among ourselves to, like, prove them right that we are animals. Like, we're literally acting like animals out here. Like, all we want to do is have sex. All you want to do is get back on people that do wrong. And I understand, like, look, I was the same way. Like, shoot, I'm still battling with that a little bit. Like, when somebody wrong me, it's not easy to just forgive people. But it's like, when you forgive people, like, it just sets you free in a different type of way. And it's like, you just can't, like, you know, like, you don't deserve to wake up, go to sleep and wake up mad and waste all that time because you mad, just thinking about how you want to get back on that person over time. It goes on for a long time. It'll be going on for years. You'll be like, man, I can't stand this person. He done forgot. But you ain't forget. And then that's the scary thing, because, like, you sitting here, you'll do something to somebody and then forget about it. And then 7 years later, they never forgotten. They'll come back a whole different animal, big as heck, like a whole monster, a whole villain. They'll come back a whole villain, big, swole. You know what I mean? Them probably killed like 3 people before coming back to you. Like, they be ready for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate how our lives is a horror movie, man. So it's something to definitely be prayerful, and we gotta, you know, we gotta do better as black people. You see what I'm doing here? Like, that's another thing why I be doing this horror and stuff like that. Like, I be collecting clothes. You know what I mean? I'll be collecting the clothes, the Funko Pops, you know what I mean, the posters. Eventually, I'm going to do an episode on those. But, like, it helps me stay out of trouble. It helps me stay to myself. I'm already an introvert as it is. I know I could be extroverted. I do have social skills. I ended up learning that. But that's only because I was an introvert for a majority of my life. So, yeah. Like, people be like, bro, like, you need to live more. Da-da-da. I'm like, nigga, I don't care, nigga. You know what I mean? So, you know, God's been really good, though. He removed me from a lot of situations. He definitely has favor on my life. And, you know, I got to use it to, like, help y'all see, like, what can really pop off with y'all. Like, y'all could really, like, God loves all of us. He loves his kids, and like, ain't nothing stopping y'all from being favored and him giving you everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he loves me so much. Like, y'all can sit here and say whatever y'all want about me with the horror and stuff like that, but he loves me so much. Like, and it's not like changing, and I'm not trying to get rid of this love. I never felt love like this before. That's another thing about being in the hood. We be looking for validations in the wrong places because our dads ain't around. That's another thing, you know what I mean? That invites a lot of demons in, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I know how that's like, bro. Like, it's just crazy because, like, I know movies were probably not intended to be made the way how I'm explaining it, but it's just like it all ties together because, you know, the roots is black, and it's just like, dude, like, this is like a reality that we're living. And like, you know, it's just crazy. And I know there's more black horror movies, but like, you know, like I can get into Get Out, but that was more like a psychological thriller type time. But like, look, Us, that was wild. But yeah, when I felt God's joy, when I found God, let me tell y'all this: when I found God, I was not in the church. I was in my room. I was reading my grandfather, God rest his soul. I was reading his Bible. And I was just like, huh. I magically started reading Psalms, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, just I don't know, something strengthened in me. And that's what Psalms is for, is for strength, and, you know what I mean? Just giving God praise, and, you know what I mean? And I remember reading Proverbs, and, you know, like, it was wisdom. And, you know, I started reading Genesis and seeing how everything went down. And, you know what I mean, I ended up just feeling his love. And I just, you know, I ended up hearing his voice, you know what I mean, one day, like, hey, like, you know, I love you so much, and you're my child. And, like, I have some things in store for you. And this is at a young age. And I'm like, oh, all right. And, of course, like, you know what I mean, me growing up, trying to find a validation in the wrong places to kind of start me in the wrong direction. But, you know, I ended up, you know, finding my niche back, and, you know what I mean, I can't complain. You know, I have regrets, but I don't have regrets at the same time, if that makes sense. But, yeah, man, I should have been dead. You know what I mean? I should have been in jail. You know what I mean? I should have got caught with a lot of stuff, but I didn't get caught by the grace of God. Like, I know I seem like a good person, but, like, you know, I definitely got a pass, bro. So I definitely got a pass. But, you know, God redeemed me from it. He washed me from it. You know what I mean? I got baptized, and I'm praying that I can, like, change the way for a lot of black folk. You know what I mean? Especially for the youth. Like, I'm praying I can do this for the, you know, for the youth, because they deserve better, and they don't deserve to keep reliving this horror movie that we keep living every single day. It's time for a happier ending. Like, there's too many. I done lost a little homie, not, you know, a couple years back. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of people to gun violence, and, like, it has to stop. Like, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, we got flesh, so I don't know when it's going to stop. So it's probably never going to stop. But we can try to die it down as much as we can. Like, but, yeah, so I got to be respectful of my footage, because, like, my software can't handle me going over an hour. I wish I could keep going on about this topic, but I'm trying to go live soon. Like, I'm trying to start hopping on live soon so I can really do it like the way I want to, and keep going and talking to y'all, like, talk to y'all live real time. But yeah, man, like, we need more black horror movies. I heard about The Deliverance. Everybody be saying not to watch it. I don't know if I should watch it or not. I'm gonna pray on it, and if God told me not to, I'm not gonna watch it. But, like, these black horror movies speak way more than the usual plot, okay? Like, and unfortunately, if you're outside of the race, like, you're just not going to understand. Like, especially white folk, I love y'all, but, like, there's only a few of y'all that are actually from our environments that actually do understand and will vouch for us. Like, you know what I mean? There's actually people out there. There's people I know like that. But, like, as far as for the people that had silver spoons, family inheritances, and, you know what I mean, like, had a car in high school, had phones throughout elementary, high school, and all that, like, y'all are not going to understand our struggle at all. And no matter how hard y'all try to understand, y'all are not going to understand. And I don't even want y'all to try to even live it, because it's like, y'all are not going to last. But I do not, like, not love y'all. I don't love y'all any less. You know what I mean? I love y'all, and You know, I really wish I could keep going on this topic, but I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Dude, these black horror movies is something serious, and we need more black villains just to paint the picture and give people just a viewpoint on what we go through on a day-to-day basis. So, but I just thank everybody for your time, and
I was going to say English or Spanish, but I don't want to do that. So, may the Lord bless y'all. May He keep y'all. May He cast His face to shine on y'all. May He give y'all peace. The shalom of the Lord, not missing nothing, broken. In the mighty name of Jesus. Shout out to Pastor Info, because I'll be saying it. Until you say it, man. You know me, I'm already, you know me, because we already God, you know me, that's so love you. But yeah, man, we go ahead and get up off here, and I pray that things work out for everybody. Whatever that's in your heart may be given to y'all, but it has to glorify God. So yeah, peace be with y'all. Love y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. Oh, I'm gonna start stacking. I gotta stop stacking. Alright.
For my calling, I'm gonna call out all you heathen. And the follower coming for you later, they're gonna tell you the name of low treason. She seen me fighting demons, and she like how I tweet for no reason. You don't need me. I'm cooking for peace for the kingdom. I'm cooking for peace for the kingdom when I sing.